What is going on, Lego Maniacs? It's Tie Lego here, and today we have another comparison of the two Tie Interceptors that Lego's produced that are, the minifig scale. And the two we're going to be looking at is Major Von Reg's TIE Fighter, which should be called Tie Interceptor. That's set 75240, had 4 minifigs, 496 pieces, and retailed for $69.99 US, and this came out in 2019, so just a year ago. And then we're going to be comparing it against the much older 2006 Tie Interceptor that's set 6206, had 212 pieces, 1 minifig, retailed for $19.99 US. Nowadays this set's going for 83 new or 31 used, so it has actually appreciated quite a bit. Anyways, very cool looking models. I'm loving the comparisons. We've been doing a lot of these lately. But yeah, enough talk. Let's get right into it. So to start, let's actually take a look at the 2006 Tie Interceptor. I'll give you guys a 360 view of this guy. As you guys can see, this was, I think, the last year that Lego made TIE Fighters in black and blue and a bit of gray, instead of, giving us the ones that we're more used to, which is light gray, dark gray, and black. But all in all, still very nice looking model. As you guys can see, there's some nice printing on the top. I really like these wings. Nice Imperial insignia, which is not a sticker. Nice little engine right here. Then also a nice little thing that they incorporated was the blasters. A lot of times with Lego sets, they just leave them alone, but they actually made them, in Lego form with some Technic pieces and bricks. And they're not stud shooters. There's no lights on them, which I also appreciate. Looks more realistic. And then it has these nice little red dots right here, which, supposed to signify more laser blasters basically. But yeah, very nice looking TIE Interceptor. Let's now get into the cockpit of the ship. And to do that, you just open her up like so, and there he is. So the pilot fits in there nice and snug. He has a nice little control panel. One other thing that I want to mention is this is the old school looking TIE Fighter, window piece, cockpit, whatever you want to call it. And I just love the way it looks. It just looks so awesome. Yeah. And another thing I want to mention is back in 2006, okay, one knock I will give this is a little flimsy. It tends to come off if you open it too many times. It's not too sturdy. But I will mention with 2006 and 2005 sets, yes, a lot of times this new sets that we get are an improvement, but they're not a huge improvement. Like, this still looks like a good looking set. It's not like some of the 1999 sets that we got from Star Wars that just look so dated. This still looks good by today's standards, except for the blue. That's gonna give it away if people know Star Wars Lego. But yeah, this is the 2006 Tie Interceptor. Let's now take a look at the 2019, and then after looking at the two and comparing, we'll also take a look at the here minifigs. She is. So let's give you guys a 360 view of this guy. Very nice looking model. My only qualm with Lego is, why can't they give us a Tie Interceptor that's in the right color scheme, like black and gray? Although it does look really cool in red, I will give it that. But anyways, very nice looking model. As you guys can see, it has flick fire missiles. Now, one thing, I don't normally pay much attention to them, but they actually shoot very nice on this little mechanism right here. So you just flick this back and it takes off. So now I have to go find those dudes. But yeah, I like that feature. Great playability. I do believe that the 2019 definitely has more playability than the 2006. Anyways, very nice looking model. As you guys can see, there's nice little guns as well, like the older one. Nice side printing. There's no Imperial insignia on this, just because this is supposed to happen just before The Force Awakens. But there's a nice printed piece on the top. And on the back, there is no engines, unlike the 2006, which is okay. I do believe that this looks a little bit more accurate to the Tie Interceptor, but the 2006 still is very accurate looking. To open up the cockpit, the windshield just comes right down like so. And then you just open up the top hatch, and he fits in there nice and snug. One other thing I want to mention that I really liked is it has a little area for his blaster. A lot of times they ignore that with Lego sets. These guys went all for it. And then there's just nice little greebling, just detail on the sides here, unlike the 2006. So it is definitely a little bit of an improvement. but the 2006 is still good. It has that classic, authentic, accurate look to it. But now let's actually compare the two models. So this is what they kind of look like side by side. As you guys can see, they're very similar in sizes. Although this being a $70 US set and this being a $20 set back in 2006. Now for inflation, yeah, this set's probably would be about 35 US, but that's still half as much as the other one. So the price, this one definitely gets the go ahead. It wins in that regard. But this is what they kind of look like together. They actually look kind of cool, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if I'd ever set them up in a scene on a shelf together. Well, maybe, but you almost could, even though they're completely different color schemes. It just looks like this is, you know, a Royal Guards Tie Interceptor, which it isn't, but it looks like it is. And this just looks like it's a standard Tie Pilots. Anyways, those are the two sets. Really want to give you guys an idea what they look like together. As you can see, this one on the right is much more beefier, but they're about the same size, which is pretty cool. But now let's take a look at the minifigs. And here we have the two pilots to the Tie Interceptors. So as you guys can see, they're not at all alike. On the right here, we have Major Von Reg. And then on the left, we have the Tie Interceptor pilot. So just give you guys a 360 view of these guys. Very nice looking. As you can see, they're very different. And what's interesting about the two of them is they both just have blank faces. Major Von Reg, we've never seen his face in the Resistance TV show, so that makes perfect sense. But as you guys can see, he has nice leg printing, nice torso printing, very nice, cool looking, unique mask. Just all in all, nice looking minifig, back torso printing. This guy doesn't even have back torso printing. As you guys can see, this was a very classic looking minifig. This was what the first TIE fighter pilots always looked like back in 2000 when they were created, and they just kind of kept with that look up until, well, 2006 when this set came out, right? Shortly after 2006, they did change him up, but there is a nice looking classic look to this minifig, and he does have nice little Imperial insignias on his helmet. But yeah, those are the two pilots. Now let's take a look at the other three minifigs that come with the 2019. And here they are. So on the far left, we get Kaz, we get an older looking Leia, and we get Chopper. These are all Resistance minifigs, except for Leia. I mean, we obviously get her in, you know, the original trilogy and the sequels. But yeah, very nice looking minifigs. The first thing I want to mention is this Chopper looking droid. Now, he may look wonky, but this is a good way to do R2 with the third leg. I mean, they've incorporated that, which is really cool. I do appreciate that. Then in the middle, we have Leia. So what's cool about her, she does have dual face printing. But the funny thing about it is they're basically identical faces. One's a little happier than the other one. One's kind of a smirk, one's a smile. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And then we have Kaz. This is the only time you can get Kaz and Chopper as of 2020. He has a very interesting looking hairpiece. I do quite like it. Nice back torso printing. He also has two faces, although his two faces, one's angry and one's mildly happy, which is interesting because he's actually a freaking out character in Resistance if you watch the TV show. But yeah, very nice looking minifigs. That pretty well does them for the 2006 and 2019 TIE Interceptors minifigs. But yeah, let's now get into the end. Well guys, that pretty well does the review. Hope you guys liked it. Honestly, I love doing comparison videos, and I'm really interested to actually know which one you guys like more. Just because I think they both got their warrants. I mean, you got the classic, wonderful looking TIE Interceptor on the left. Still very accurate with what, you know, the set's supposed to look like, or the model, right? And then on the right, we have a kind of like a first order-ish TIE Interceptor, which hasn't changed a lot. It's in red. Again, it really reminds me of a Royal Guards TIE Interceptor. If you know anything about the lore, they actually had those in Legends. Very, very cool. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the two of them. I would really love it if Lego made this in black and gray. If they did that, it would probably take the cake. Although this one, for the price, super cheap. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these two models. And yeah, if you like this video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. And click that bell so you're notified for any future LEGO Star Wars comparisons we do on this channel. I love doing them. But anyways, that's all I got for today. But take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.